Us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Sister, I am very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in people that think like you. And I'm very disappointed in how you guys always tell me how bad white people are. Right? But every time a white person gives you something negative about your people, you believe it wholeheartedly. You don't even think about it. You believe it because you think your kind is negative.
There's a news going on around Chicago in America that Walmart is going to be closed around that area, and this particular video that I'm making was posted on TikTok around ending of April, that Walmart will be closed around 15th of May. So then this particular black woman, she's a cop, obviously she made a video and she was like, black people are the reasons why Walmart is closing, because they go in there also just go and steal resources. They're stealing resources, so now they're closing Walmart. How do old people get to eat or get to get their medications and all of that? I'm going to play the video to the end, then come back and talk about it.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is not a funny TikTok. This is some serious shit. So listen up, okay? So any of you that don't know, the Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing as of May 15th. That's only like 2.5 weeks away. Okay? That's only 2.5 weeks away. So what really saddens me about this is that this Walmart was built in a predominantly black neighborhood. This is probably about the only major resources as far as like shopping and access to groceries and access to pharmacy within a 10 block, maybe even a 10-mile radius. And what's really sad to me is how us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource that even the elderly people of this community would not even be able to have access to. I'm ashamed and I'm saddened because black folks, we are so quick to always say, well, this person is not doing this and the white man this and the white man that. We blame everybody else for our shit. But then when we are tapped out of resources in our own community, we don't ever want to look at ourselves and point the finger back at ourselves and say, okay, I think maybe we fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't have been going in there stealing TVs and going in there stealing electronics and all this other shit. Because one thing about these white folks and these major corporations, they're all about money. So they don't care nothing about making sure we have resources in our neighborhoods. And this is how they gentrify our neighborhoods. Because when you're taking and you're stealing and you're burning down and destructing your own community, this gives them the opportunity to come into our communities and take the shit and build what they want. So because this Walmart is going to be an empty building, don't be surprised when they throw a Whole Foods over here, and then next thing you know, all of these apartments and all of these housings, I guess, for people that need to be able to afford housing, all this shit is going to start dissipating. We need to do better. I could just imagine all the elderly people that had to get their medicine and medication from the pharmacy department here can no longer have access to that after May 15th. And what's even more sad, all the Walmart workers here, honest black folk that got up every day to come here and make an earnest living, after like mid-August, Walmart is going to cut them off their fucking payroll and they will no longer have a job. They got to find a Walmart to rehouse themselves because corporate is not going to fucking do it. So you took jobs out of the black community and you took resources from everybody here that really needed it. What the fuck, Chicago?
A lot of people disagreed with what she was saying, and few people actually was like, oh, she was making sense in some places. But I would love to know what you think about this down in the comment section. Do you think what she's saying, you agree with it or not? I'm going to say my opinion after I play stitches of what people think after this video.
Black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
This video is like art to me. And I feel like it should go without saying, but I feel like I just gotta say it. If you agree with anything that this person has said, you are a cop. You are the police. Let me ask y'all a question. This is a Walmart in a black neighborhood. So let's say 1,000 black people go into this Walmart a day. Out of those 1,050 of them steal. Why is that 50 more reflective of us as a community than every other motherfucker in there just trying to shop. So the rest of us as a community deserve to suffer because 5% of us are stealing. He said, don't be surprised if they come and put a Whole Foods in there and end up gentrifying the neighborhood, acting like Walmart is doing us some type of service. Like, let's start from the beginning. The community didn't ask for a Walmart. They asked for access to goods and resources. Rather than shame the entire community for the fringe who want to steal, let's refocus the conversation on how corporations are able to remove our access so easily. Like, listen to how y'all sound saying that the elderly don't deserve access to their medication because some people were stealing. I know the police love to reframe a story, but stop. The people stealing TVs didn't lay off them Walmart employees. Walmart did.
Us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Sister, I am very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in people that think like you. And I'm very disappointed in how you guys always tell me how bad white people are. Right? But every time a white person gives you something negative about your people, you believe it wholeheartedly. You don't even think about it. You believe it because you think your kind is negative. First of all. Second of all, you think that a store is closing because of stealing? Okay, let me help you to some game because you didn't obviously do your research. Walmart is closing 21 stores this year. They probably close 100 next year and probably keep going from there. The reason is they don't need people anymore. They don't need you to come in their stores no more because we're going to be working in the metaverse and ordering our food through the metaverse. So you just say, hypothetically, how is this going to work, Tito? It's going to work like this. You're going to be on your phone. You're going to go to that Walmart app. You're going to order your food and they're going to drone it to you. They already did it in Arkansas and Texas and another state, I think Maryland. They already tested the drones delivering packages to people's houses. So you don't know what you talking about. But it's black folks' fault, huh? But you believe it. But white folks who weren't racist, no, it's y'all. It's you. It's you the person. You the one sitting there with your ugly ass uniform on, with your the blue shit on, and you are, I bet you arrested more black folks than anything. I bet you arrested more black people than white people. Then you gonna say, well, because I work in the more predominantly black area, that's why I arrest more black people. No, you don't let them go. Why you don't just let them go? It ain't your shit. Why should you care? Let me tell you something. Stores don't work like that. They don't close. So all these mall store closing because the black folks been stealing too? Huh? Answer my question. Because you don't know what you're talking about. You just on here talking. And you blame black folk. You just like Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson said his school ain't ready because black folk contractors wasn't doing their job well. You sound like Umar Johnson, baby. Y'all tripping. You don't know what's coming. You don't understand the game that's coming. And all y'all do is blame black people for everything. Black people AIDS. Black people this. Black people heart disease. Black people this. All y'all do is believe it. Because y'all only believe negative about your own people. When the truth is, they throw you a narrative out there so you can fight with each other. And I did a video, sister. I did a video that was very disrespectful towards you. And I had to delete it. Because that ain't me. But I'm letting you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop around here blaming black folks when you will tell me white folks racist, but you will believe everything the white folks say negative about your people. Not thinking one time, hold on, they're not just getting rid of this Walmart. They're getting rid of 21 Walmarts next year. 2 in Atlanta, 1 in Wisconsin, 1 in Hawaii. I bet some white black folks been still in Hawaii or Wisconsin. Get the fuck out of here. You know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. Get off the fucking screen. Go find somebody to lock up.
How they gentrify our neighborhoods. Because when you're taking and you're...
Yeah, I just want to get something a little clear here. Chicago doesn't gentrify its neighborhood. It reclaims its neighborhoods. I'm going to provide you with some pictures and some history. I'm going to make this quick, but we're going to start here. 1910, okay? Over 90% white. It's the whole county, the whole city of Chicago. Then the 1920s, South Side opens up. First congregation of African Americans here in the city of Chicago on a large scale. Now, people coming up from the South is starting to increase. We're talking from Nashville, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas. People are starting to flood to the city. 1940s, first housing projects in the entire city of Chicago are put up right here. 1950s, you're still seeing the same exact expansion over a 10-year period, but more densely populated. 1960s, this is where all the major housing projects were put up that are known, like what would be Caprini Green and a couple other different buildings that would hold 15,000, 10,000 people per building. They get put up. 1970s, not too much movement going on. 1980s, they tear down those housing projects and shit fucking explodes. African Americans disperse from their original communities and dump out into every other community around. 1990s, see the growth. To the 2000s. I'm going to bring it back to the 60s. Inside of these neighborhoods, this is the birthplace of the gangster disciples, black disciples, four corner hustlers, vice lords, you name it. Any major African American gang that was at the time, what is it, the Moes, the Black Pea Stones? This is where they were located, okay? This is where they're at today. Okay, it's a cancer that took over the city. It's not African American individuals. It's a subculture within the African American community that is destroying y'all, dog. It is no one else but your own. And you gotta take that weight. Because if you don't do something about that within your own communities, start telling on these dudes that are running your lives, that are out there playing with the guns. They're gangbanging, they're selling dope. You don't start telling on them, getting them locked up, and getting them out of your communities, what's going to happen is it's going to start to get reclaimed. And the only reason why that's happening, and it's not because of racism, the city doesn't have a choice. The city doesn't have a choice. Okay? All these areas, a great white flight happened, and people took off because of the crime and the drugs. You can't expect the city to make this livable unless you as a community come together and force that issue and force that shit out of there. Things would get better.
Black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Hey, sister, I got a question for you. What proof do you have of what you're saying is true? And I'm going to tell you the proof that you have. You have a so-called white man telling you that the stores are closing because of this. And then when all you have to do is do your research, and you find out that Walmart is closing 21 stores this year. And you might ask yourself why they're closing these stores since you didn't do your research and you don't know what you're talking about. And it's not black people's fault. They're closing stores because they don't need all these stores anymore. They're going to drones. Go look up Walmart, just Google this, Walmart drones deliver packages in Arkansas. And you're going to see many states in there that they delivered packages. They already did a pilot last year. So they don't need many stores anymore to do this. But you know what's so amazing to me, since I let you know the truth and why they're closing stores? What's so amazing to me is how you guys, especially black women, will get on here and tell me how bad the white man is and he's this and he's that, which I don't think so. But you say this a lot. But then all they got to do is give you a negative stat about your people. You didn't even think once. Maybe this is set up. Maybe this bull jive. Maybe this is crap. Because it is. It's a load of crap that you don't even have evidence to. So before you start getting on here and spewing bull crap that you don't know anything about, just start thinking like, okay, so are black people the cause of all the malls closing? Well, maybe so, because black people, that's all we do is steal. You see how that sounds? Are the black people the reason why Walmart is closing 21 stores? Well, because all we do is steal. No, we're not, sister. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to delete that video. Because that makes us and you look bad too. With that little clown suit on. That you call a job. That ain't nothing but hunting you know what. But you feeding your family, I guess. But you're going to be out of a job too soon, sister. You got 3 to 5 years to have that job. And you're going to be out here policing in the metaverse. Guess what? I love you police officers. Because y'all going to be out of jobs, baby. Woo, it's coming. Y'all going to be out of jobs. Because the AI has facial recognition. So if you go across the street and you have digital money, all of a sudden, they could just take it out your account. They don't need police officers anymore. They don't need that many. But that's going to be because of black people, too, I'm sure. Too much crime because of black people. You have a nice day, sister. You're ashamed, man. You should literally go and hide, man, because you think you do. You think you got on there and saying something, do you? Not that smart.
Us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Going up for a corporation like Walmart is crazy, okay? Just, you out here looking real funny in the light. Now, I'm going to say this as somebody who lived on 90th and Parnell and grew up in Hyde Park and still halfway lives in Hyde Park. I know for a fact that neither one of those Walmarts was particularly popular with the neighborhood before the closing. And I know that it wasn't, oh, the crime, oh, the violence. It was that the quality of product Walmart was stocking those stores with was atrocious. To the point that at least once I know of, people called the health department, probably more than once, right? I didn't go in those stores that often myself. Because here's the funny thing, even when they were the closest stores to me, there were other stores not too far away. This idea that Walmart was standing alone against, this empty neighborhood. There's an entire shopping center by the Walmart in Chatham. A whole shopping center. A few blocks away, another whole shopping center. So you've got Aldi, you've got Jewel, you've got options, right? And then 47th and Cottage. Are we really going to try and act like that's a neighborhood that has no options? With Hyde Park right there, with the Cottage Grove bus to run from 47th to 63rd, where you could go into the Jewel on 63rd, get your prescriptions filled, and all of that, right? Sure, it is more than 10 blocks away. It is also a straight shot up Cottage on a bus line that runs every 15 to 30 minutes. Not to mention that Amazon Fresh delivers in both areas. Now, I'm not going up for Amazon in any way, but Walmart's bottom line was looking real thin because when people had other options, they were using them. Now, Walmart is going to spin this story and say that, oh, you people, we couldn't make it profitable. We tried everything, the stealing. But what was happening was that Walmart couldn't rip off the neighborhood because Walmart couldn't outpace their competition. Don't lie on this internet. Somebody will always be around that has been in the exact same neighborhoods and who actually gives a shit about the community that you're willing to sell out.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is not.
This is why I say there's no such thing as good cops, because you're indoctrinated to believe and think a certain way, and until you decolonize your mind, you're still going to think that certain way, and you're still going to behave based on that thinking process. So you stated the actual issue, which is capitalism, white supremacy, all being rooted in our systems, or our systems being based off of that racism, that white supremacy, that capitalism, and them being able to act as our parents, so when we misbehave, they can take those resources back as a punishment. That's the issue. It shouldn't be contingent on who behaves correctly and who behaves incorrectly, who's a criminal and who isn't a criminal. Like, that makes no sense. You blaming a whole group of people, a whole neighborhood of people, because 5% of those people are going into a store that is insured to steal? That makes sense? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. You can't blame a rotten tree for its fruits falling or rotting out, because it's not the fruit's fault. It's the root's fault. And when you are trying to save that tree and those fruits, you fix the root. If you are trying to help Black people, number one, you have to fix the system that you are working in currently. And man, you cannot do that by yourself. Two, you have to fix white supremacy, which no Black person has the power to do, because we didn't start white supremacy. We can dismantle it, of course, but the way Black people will have to dismantle it is violence. So you can be talking to your white partners, your white coworkers, and telling them the situation about gentrification and why it is terrible. You could be, if you vote. If you're a part of any type of government system, talk to them. Figure out a plan. But blaming the affected party does nothing. It fixes nothing. All it does is play the blame game, and it keeps us in a cycle. It keeps us in a cycle. When you decolonize your mind, you will no longer blame the affected party. You can say that they were wrong doing this and that, but those resources being taken from their neighborhoods have nothing to do with their behaviors and everything to do with white supremacy.
Good morning, everyone. This is not a funny TikTok. This is some serious shit.
For anyone who hasn't seen that previous video of hers, please watch it. She is a police officer from Chicago, in one of the neighborhoods that's been mostly affected by the riots that have been happening recently there. I've seen many videos on the riots happening there. I've seen many people talk about it. I saw one woman who was going down through the store crying because she couldn't get her children food. And that shit really sucks. Like, it's really bad. And the thing about it is, a lot of people are just getting on here and saying, look who's doing it. Look at those people that are doing it. And even though they're not saying it, everyone knows what they mean. They're saying, oh, what they're really thinking is the African American people that are doing it. Not even taking into account, I've seen many videos of people looting that were white, Hispanic, Asian. Everyone over there is doing it. And they're not taking into effect the causes of it. You cannot sit here and blame an entire race of people for all of your problems and everything going wrong in the world. You can't do that. It is systemic, and not just systemic racism, but systemic in terms of the economy and where we are at as a nation. Corporations are taking everything from us. Everything. Cost of food rising. Cost of homes. 50% of Americans can't even buy a home at $250,000. Half. Can I even find a home any less than $250,000 right now? No. I hope that someday I can have a house. I can't even dream of that until I'm married. Until I have a dual income home. Corporations are taking everything from us. In a time when we are facing record inflation, half of that is because of fucking profits. When are we gonna get together and do something about this shit? I'm over it. This is fucking ridiculous.
Black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
I don't care how crazy this sounds, because I know I'm correct. Once you put on that badge, that uniform, you're no longer a person. You're a cop. Which is why I don't buy it when cops say that they're scared. Oh, I'm afraid for my life. And that's also why the Tyree Nichols situation wasn't the gotcha that their demons thought it was. We said A-cab, we said A-cab, not Also, he did in that video was be a cop. Cops work within the system that upholds their demon supremacy. Look at who's giving them pats on the back in the comments. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just show you. How do we get to a point where we can start and this schmuck replies, change the culture. It's all about money, drugs, and stealing. Did he just say black culture is... Am I surprised? The justification for gentrification is ridiculous. The racist truck is in the comments as well. Sir, I cannot make this delivery.
What you mean you can't make this delivery?
Because that Walmart did not close down because of shoplifting. Because the majority of the people that end up to spend their money, they just weren't making enough, so they packed it up.
The Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing as a...
Shorty, while you sitting there with the blue lives matter thing on your vest, the Walton family is worth $247 billion. Okay? And it's only a couple of them that found hairs. You know what I'm saying? Heirs, whatever the fuck they say. They could each take $1 billion and put it in the bank and leave the rest in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Stock in Walmart, the company, and all that, and still be all okay. They'll be right. You understand me? They good. It ain't that much stealing going on in the world. They'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But, Hey, that's what happened when people come into the community and open up shop that don't give a damn about the community. As soon as they want to make a statement, or as soon as they get a wild help they ask, they want to say, all right, we closing down shop. Now what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And now people saying, oh, we got to do better in the black community. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just take a look at this. What happened if you did wake up in all of these, you know what I'm saying, so-called bad communities around the country, you know what I'm saying, in the cities. All of a sudden, there was no more hustling, no more stealing, no more nothing. It was just quiet. Peaceful communities. Peaceful, quiet. For one, that ain't gonna happen. But if it did happen, what would happen? The rents would go up and they would get pushed up out their communities. Minimum wage wouldn't go up. The cost of living wouldn't go down. Inflation wouldn't stop. Nah, it'd just be a bunch of people sitting around with no hustles. It wouldn't be no whole bunch of influx of jobs coming into these communities. No. It wouldn't nothing change. The only thing would change was they really wouldn't have nothing in. You know what I'm saying? So, the Walton family, I'm not buying this whole, they can't sustain the Walmarts. You people was worth $247 billion. How much many more billions do you want?
The Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing as
the things that get me tight with the Walmart shutting down is like, bro, they're stealing from Walmart, bro. They're stealing from us in every fucking part of our lives. They tax us immensely, bro. Even while Walmart is so fucking profitable, because they literally subsidize a lot of their employees' payment via food stamps. A lot of the people that work there is like way below the poverty line, bro. And y'all complaining because they taking a few dollars, bro. It's profiting billions and billions of dollars per year. And they're worried about somebody stealing, bro. Like, fuck it. Steal it. Keep stealing, bro. Keep stealing. Let these shit shut down, bro. Let's let this shit get bad. Let it get bad. Until we get into like a new, social change, bro. Fuck them. Steal it. Keep stealing.
us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Why are so many of us quick to agree with anything that white media, biased media, have to say about black people? Yeah, it's true. That's us. Yeah.
The Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing.
I have an idea. Why don't, the churches, the mosques, any place where there's free event space, we need to start mini supermarket. The customers can use a checklist and check off what they want, and the staff can go into the stock, bring the items to the customer, and they just pay up front. The only way for that to work is for the thugs not to rob them, so that it may have to be even underground for just members only. The only thing is what the Queen said about the medicines. Elderly people, they need their medicines just as much as they need food. So they would have to probably rely more on mail-in prescriptions as opposed to going and picking them up. It's so sad. Being in a food desert is nothing nice.
That even the elderly people of this community will not even be able to have access to.
Yep, this is the problem. And who's to blame? I feel as though Black conservatives have been screaming about this forever. We now have a major resource in a Black community that is going to be removed, and it is going to affect everybody in that community. The elderly, people who want to work for a living, jobs gone. And for what? This is why mindset and policy matters, you guys. There are individuals who think it's better to steal than work for what they want. There are elected officials who are enabling this type of behavior because they don't want to be tough on crime. And there are parents who don't want to be accountable for their children. And it's not going to change until people change the way they think and the way they vote. Will that happen? Who knows?
Folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource.
Man, I had a lot of energy coming into this video. So this is the second take because I'm like, let me tone it down a little bit because I'm sure probably going to get dragged all over the internet already anyway. So, and that blue line flag tells me you're goofy immediately. So, you shouldn't be talking about, first of all, you're literally repeating word for word fucking right-wing white people shit. And it pisses me off when they do it, but it pisses me off even more when black people repeat white racist shit. Because that means it sank in. Because that means it's fucking taking effect on you. And that's fucked up. So, please, people, rob the fuck out of Walmart. Make sure not a single fucking store exists anywhere. That would be amazing and fantastic. And the reason why you should do that is because you're bringing up how people have robbed themselves of a resource, which is really fucking stupid. It was not a resource. But more so, you should be asking, why the fuck was there only a Walmart in that neighborhood? Who the fuck is robbing who? Fucking goofy.
The Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing.
No discredit or nothing to what she's saying, because I do believe in parts of what she's saying, but I think that we also need to look at the quality of things that they put inside the stores in our neighborhoods. That Walmart on 83rd, that Walmart on 47th, they're absolutely terrible. Terrible. The milk is always bad. The meat smells funny. The cheese is molded. It's not even worth shopping at. And then on top of that, you can definitely know that it's intentional, because if you go to a Walmart or any type of store like that, mega store up north, and then you come back out south or out west to that same store, you definitely can tell the difference. Even down to a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree, you can definitely tell the difference. They don't invest in our neighborhoods, so why invest in a corporation that in turn is not going to do anything back for your neighborhood? I live in Bronxville, and I remember countless times that Walmart getting shows closed down before contamination of this, contamination of that, people not being able to pick up their medication, people not being able to do this, that, and the third. And we need to really get out of the shackles of corporations, because you can go to your local market, you can go to your local, all those little Hispanic grocery stores, Cermak, Pete's in certain places. You can get the same priced items, fresher and cheaper. You don't need to shop at Walmart. Honestly, nobody needs to grocery shop at Walmart. And you having yourself in a shackle of, oh, this is all I can afford, it's going to leave you stuck there. And that's why they put the lower quality and the bad stuff in our Walmarts and in our things, because they know, oh, they can't, there's no other Walmart around here, there's no other Target around here, there's no other none of this around here, so we're just going to shove them and give them whatever they want. No, not whatever they want, but just whatever we think they need, and we're going to give them the lower quality of it. No, I don't dare shop at Walmart for anything, for nothing. And then we're talking about gentrification, it's just now started happening. They've been the whites, oh, they're definitely out south, out west. They definitely all over. They just use their back doors. They sneak in, they be in and they be out, honey. They don't even want to come to our stores. They will still drive all the way 40 minutes up north, 40 minutes to the suburbs to still go grocery shopping and leave us inner city stores with full of bullshit. The Marianos on 35th, bullshit. Everything that they put in our neighborhoods, the quality is terrible. I'm glad, because maybe we can force ourselves to open our minds to other options.
Okay, here is my opinion, you all. If 500 people walk into Walmart for shopping, 400 whites and 400 black, 100 whites, and something got stolen, why is it that all eyes are always on the black people? Why is it that because of black people now, we are going to just put away 400 of them and say, okay, you guys, you are suspects because you entered 400 of you. That means one of you was people that stole something. Okay, let's assume even one of them stole something. Does that mean that all black people, the whole 400, they are thieves? No, because you can't tell me that it's only black people that are thieves in that community. It's only black people that steal in Chicago. White people also steal. So why do you have to say that, oh, black people, you go into Walmart to steal, to do this, to do that? That is why Walmart is closing, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't just make sense. It doesn't speak well as you, as a black woman saying something like that. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't agree with what she's saying. In fact, what is going to happen to the old ones, the old people that go there to get drugs, accessible supplements, and all of that? What's going to happen and all of that? Are they still in there too? You know, I would love to know what you all think down in the comment section. And so far, so good. Walmart is going to be closing other states as well due to some research that I did. I'll let you know any progress. I'll make a video later on. All right. Hey loves, my name is Maria Davis, and thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, and if you are still watching to this point, it shows that you like the video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Share this video. This will push my channel to people that are interested in topics and conversations like this. I'll also love to have conversations with you down in the comment section. Feel free to add your opinion. If you agree with her, let me know. If you disagree, let us know. Yeah, of course, I'm going to see you all in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.